All right, today we are going to talk about one of the most powerful and honestly most overlooked features that's built right into every single Mac. Time Machine. Seriously, this thing is the ultimate safety net for your entire digital life. So let's dive in and see how it all works.
Have you ever done this? I mean, we've all been there, right? That heart-stopping moment when you realize that crucial document or that priceless photo or that massive project file you were working on, it's just gone. It is the worst feeling, that digital dread.
But what if? What if you had a rewind button for your digital life? Well, if you're on a Mac, you actually do. It's called Time Machine, and it is Apple's amazing built-in answer to exactly that problem. Okay, so let's start by digging into what makes this so much more than just your standard backup tool. I want you to think of it like a time-traveling safety net for everything on your computer. And here's the thing you really need to get. Time Machine isn't just for your documents. Nope, it automatically saves a complete snapshot of your entire Mac. We're talking your applications, your system settings, your emails, everything. And the best part? It does all of this quietly in the background without you having to do a single thing. And get this, it doesn't just keep one backup. It keeps a super detailed history. Time Machine saves hourly backups for the last 24 hours. Then it keeps daily backups for the past month. And after that, it holds on to weekly backups for all the previous months. What that means for you is you get this incredible power to just go back to a specific point in time and pull out exactly what you need.
So, I know what you're thinking. This sounds powerful, but it's got to be complicated to set up, right? Well, the good news is, it's not. The requirements are incredibly simple. I promise you, it is way easier than you think.
Believe it or not, all you really need is an external drive. That's pretty much it. The general rule of thumb is to get one that's about 2 to 3 times the size of your Mac's own storage. That just gives you plenty of room for a long backup history. And the absolute best part? The software? It's already on your Mac, just waiting for you to use it.
Oh, and a quick pro tip on what kind of drive to actually get. If you want things to be super fast, faster backups, faster restores, an SSD is the way to go. But hey, if you're on a budget and you just need a massive amount of space, a good old-fashioned traditional hard drive, an HDD, is a totally fine and much more affordable option.
All right, let's actually get this thing set up. I'm not kidding, it really only takes about 5 minutes. It's so straightforward. Let's just walk through the steps right now.
Okay, step 1. You ready for this? Just plug it in. Yep, that's it. Just connect your new external drive to your Mac. That is the first and honestly sometimes the only step you need to take.
Because most of the time, your Mac is smart enough to see that new drive and it'll immediately ask you this exact question. All you have to do is click that button that says Use as Backup Disk and you're pretty much done. How easy is that?
Now, what if that pop-up doesn't appear? Don't worry, the manual setup is just as easy. You just open up System Settings, go to General, then click on Time Machine, and then select Add Backup Disk. You just pick your drive. That's it. It's like 4 simple clicks.
Okay, listen up, because this next step is one you should never skip. When you see it, you need to always check the box to Encrypt Backup. What this does is password protect all of your data. So think about it. If your backup drive ever gets lost or stolen, your entire digital life isn't just out there for anyone to see. This is absolutely crucial. Please don't skip this.
Just a quick heads up though, the very first backup, well, it's copying everything, so it can take a while. Maybe a few hours, just depending on how much stuff you have. But, and this is a big but, after that's done, Time Machine only saves the new files or the things that have changed. So all the future backups, they're super fast, and they just happen automatically in the background. You won't even notice them.
All right, so you're all set up. Now for the fun part, the magic. Let's look at how you actually use Time Machine to get your files back. Come on, this is where you really see the payoff for that tiny bit of setup.
So when you launch Time Machine, you'll see this really unique interface. And it doesn't matter if you're on an older or newer version of macOS, the whole idea is the same. You see these windows kind of stacked up behind each other, and each one is a past version of your folder that you can just browse through. It's pretty cool.
And the process itself? Super simple. You just go to the folder where the file used to be, then you click the Time Machine icon. You'll see this timeline on the side of the screen, and use that to literally travel back to a point in time when the file existed. You just select it, click Restore, and poof, it just reappears right back where it belongs.
But you know what? Recovering a single file is just one little trick. Time Machine has a much bigger one up its sleeve, and that's restoring your entire Mac. Yeah, this is for those real worst-case scenarios, like your Mac has a total meltdown and won't start up, or maybe you're just upgrading to a shiny new machine.
With a Time Machine backup, you can restore your entire system. I'm talking apps, files, settings, the whole shebang, making it absolutely identical to the way it was.
So to do this, you need to start up in something called macOS Recovery, and how you get there just depends on your Mac. If you've got an older Intel-based Mac, you'll restart it and hold down Command+R. If you have one of the newer Apple Silicon Macs, you just press and hold the power button when you turn it on.
Once you're in that recovery screen, the path forward is super clear. You'll see an option to restore from Time Machine. You just select that, plug in your backup drive, and let the system guide you the rest of the way. It will literally clone your old system onto the new or repaired one. It is a total lifesaver.
You know, this is actually a great time to mention how Time Machine fits into a more professional backup strategy. There's something called the 3-2-1 rule, which is basically the gold standard for keeping your data safe. It means you should have 3 copies of your data on 2 different types of media, with one of those copies kept somewhere else, off-site. Your Time Machine drive? It serves as that perfect second local copy. It's a huge part of doing it right.
So really, when you stop and think about it, all your photos, your work projects, your entire digital history, it's priceless, isn't it? Setting up a backup is honestly one of the easiest and most important things you can do. So the real question is, with a tool this simple and this powerful built right into your computer, why on earth wouldn't you?